Well, thank you very much, first off. And second of all, it's not even really a body blow. I mean, the scenario speaks for itself. What I find always interesting, there's two things very consistent about the NCAA and college sports. It's usually when there's a time where they need to make a change, they'll get pressure from outside forces, they'll make a change, and then every statement will be, well, no, it wasn't because of the pressure. We made a change because we felt it was right. I always find that really funny and interesting. But secondly, and more importantly, now that the decision has kind of laid the groundwork for what hasn't been considered right or what hasn't been done right for this length of time, I don't think it's going to be a sweeping change from, let's say, the NCAA making changes. I think what's very important instead is the vote to give the Big Five more autonomy, because now the chasm is breaking. If you remember a few months ago, I mentioned that you've got to look at how the money works. Look at who's really getting paid off of this and who is really going to say, okay, we still want to do things our way. And look at them. And they have spoken, and they've, without question, received their power. That vote was almost a unanimous vote. There was only like 2 people who voted against the idea of giving the Big Five autonomy. Mm-hmm. That right there is your new NCAA. It's going to be the Big Five conferences making up the framework. And whether they remain 5 conferences or they decide to cut up the country in different ways and say, okay, you know what? These are the rules we're going to play by. These are the financial rules that we're going to play by. And anybody who wants to play this certain game can do so. It's good and it's bad because, unfortunately, it's not removing college sports away from institutions of higher learning. If I had to say so, I would say, listen, just go ahead and form semi-pro or minor leagues and just allow yourselves to exist in this form where these young men can play in an environment where they can worry about fine-tuning their skills primarily and at least give them an easy avenue to higher education. But instead, the synergy between college sports and actual higher education academics is still going to remain. The money is going to get bigger because none of this stops the money. All this basically says is, okay, the Big Five now, you know what? If you guys decide to properly compensate the athletes, you can have another NCAA football game on EA Sports. You just have to do it right this time. And they're okay with that because they'll still make money.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you do it right, you can have an NCAA basketball game on Xbox One and PS4 as long as you do it right and pay the athletes. They're okay with that. In the long run, they're okay.